In the most purchased book ever written, there is a phrase in there that says, "You will know them by their fruit." President, Mr. Toastmaster, members, and if there's any guests, tonight I'd like to share with you that the theme is equal to fruit. Now, before I get into that, I'd like to ask a question. And you can think about this, and you don't have to answer. But if I was to write your biography, what would the theme of your story be? What would the theme of your personal story be? And that would be your fruit. And that would be your fruit. Because you are known by your fruit. Now, you've probably heard that expression before. And what exactly does that mean? You will know them by their fruit. Well, you will know them by their behavior. You will know them by what they produce. And you will know them by what they do. And basically, that's your talent. That's your theme. A young man that I coach called me up on the phone, and he says to me, "You know, I'm really getting a little depressed, and I'm having a hard time trying to break it in the movie business, in the film business, trying to be an actor. You know, and it's really tough when you don't have a job and you're auditioning and you don't have money for rent and you don't have money for food and you don't have money for this, that, and the other thing. You know, it's tough. What do you do? You know, I don't know what to do." So I says to him, I says, "You know an apple tree?" He goes, "Yeah." I says, "How do you know it's an apple tree?" He says, "Well, by the fruit. It's got apples." Of course, that's how you know it's an apple tree. It's got apples, right? Yeah. Okay, so now tell me this. Why? Why does an apple tree have apples? "Oh, I don't know. Maybe because that's the way God made the tree." Well, it's possible. I said, "But I was looking at something else. I was thinking along another line." "Well, what were you thinking about?" I says, "I was thinking that maybe the reason why the apple tree has apples is because that's the mission of its theme." That's the mission of its theme. Its theme is to grow apples. It grows apples. That's what I do. That's my talent. I grow apples. A peach tree grows peaches. But why? Why does the apple grow apples? Well, so that it has a mission. And what's the apple tree's mission? The apple tree's mission is for people, animals, and even insects to eat. So it has a mission. See, now the interesting thing about a tree, an apple tree, a peach tree, an olive tree, any tree, oak tree, is they don't do this. See, they don't stand there and go, "Hey, you up there, I'm thirsty. Drop down some rain, huh? I need some rain. It's getting a little dry here. I need some rain." Doesn't do that. It doesn't go, "Hey, who's going to fertilize the soil? I'm getting kind of hungry and I'm not being and there's no nutrition coming up through the ground here. What do you want me to do? Get up and move? Who's going to fertilize down here? I need some fertilization." Doesn't do that. It doesn't go, "Hey, you, why are you standing in front of the sun? Don't you see I need sun? Look at my leaves. They need more color. Get out of here. You're in the way. Move." Doesn't do that. It doesn't do that. It doesn't do any of those things except stand still and be. It just stands still and be. Now, when we look in almost any culture, a tree is always used as a symbol of knowledge. Because the tree just stands there and it just bees. You know, I could have said it is, but I'm going to use the street terminology. It be. It just be. It just be standing there. And it stands there. Now, I bought a house many years ago, and I lived in it for about 25 years, and there were 7 oak trees in the backyard. And the diameters were about 3 feet wide, a yard. They were big oak trees. They stood really, really high. And I was there 25 years, the trees were still there. Now, the trees were there before the house was built. And the trees will be there if probably after the house falls apart. Now, most oak trees, peach trees, olive trees outlive most human beings. They outlive most human beings. And the interesting thing about an olive tree is that, you know how long it takes for an olive tree to grow an olive that tastes good? 100 years. I once said to my father, let's plant an olive tree. He says, what do you, he says, why? I said, so we can have olives. He says, what? So your 4th generation can taste them? So, just think of that. 100 years. Just, it's raining, it's sunny today. Ah, nice. Just being. You see, just being. Calmly, relaxed, and just being. Now, I recently did a meditation, and I could probably walk you through it, on just becoming very still. Just letting your whole entire body just become still. Let all the thoughts of the day, the week, the month, the year just kind of like disappear, as if you were getting ready to fall asleep, and just relax, and suddenly begin to feel the stillness in the room. How nice and quiet the room is, the stillness, and begin to feel that calm, nurturing feeling of just being, of just simply being. Because if you can get to the point where you're just simply being, then all those desires for food, for shelter, seem to disappear. And when they disappear is when the opportunities become apparent to you. Because now you're open to listening to the surrounding area that provides you with the sun, that's providing you with the nutrients, that's giving you, that's satisfying your thirst on a daily basis. So I leave you with the thought of becoming still so that you too will know your personal theme. So you too will know what it is that your fruit is. And I'll leave you with this thought. Thomas Edison was a light bulb tree. Bill Gates is a computer tree. And you can fill in and think about all the successful people that you may know, and think about that you know them by their fruit. Thank you very much.